Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Pat is out in who knows where, just
listen, we're
streaming cellular.
We are out here.
We're getting a tour already.
Yeah, no, we're out here in the backwoods, man.
It's out back in the woods. So as you can see, Pat is just wherever while I try to run this thing from a legit location. But
you say that like that's not the norm.
Well, fair enough. Hey, welcome into Live on Two Wheels, everybody. Pat's kind of on call, I guess, so he may be dipping out here at some point. So we need to. That's okay. Life happens. That's the job you actually get paid for, right?
That is my
okay. Yeah, not this.
My actual gig. Yeah.
Until we can pay Pat more to do this rather than answer emergency calls, we'll see.
Yeah. I love my job. It's really great. I do often get emergency phone calls at insert miscellaneous time here. So
good times. Well, Pat, appreciate you taking some time to hang out with us for a little bit.
Of course.
We'll dive into it. We're going to hit our final four that we got to get to, maybe talk a little bit of EICMA stuff as time permits. But I will say, for a giveaway today, you want to be watching live.
Yes, you do.
This is motivation to watch live. I know we only have a few that actually catch us live, but dadgummit, we're pushing for it to be live, be here.
And I think the worst part about this is I can't see YouTube chat at all.
All right, I'll try to keep an eye on it and let you know if anything interesting.
Well, listen, I can't ADHD down rabbit holes if I can't see chat. This might actually be the correct format going forward.
This may be the most efficient episode ever. We'll be done in like 23 minutes tops.
Great. Well, let's rock this final four out, man.
Yeah. So just a throwback. We started our Moto Madness tournament. We started with 64 bikes, 16 categories. We've whittled it down. We picked a few. We've had votes. We now have 4 matchups where we have 8 bikes. Interesting matchups that we're going to take down to 4 today. So yeah. I tabulated the votes, and you just keep verticalizing.
I know. I'm texting. Like I said, it's work.
Okay. All right. So we're going to just go ahead and pull this up, and I figured Pat, we'll take a couple minutes if we can, just to kind of almost college game day it, or
Yeah, let's do it.
Moto Showdown, so we can get some analysis, and then we'll reveal the picks. So let me make sure I hit all my buttons right here.
I believe in you.
Okay, so we're going to get to our final four. So let me. I have too many screens that I have to keep up with. So
that's accurate. I believe that to be true. Yes.
Okay, just a reminder of our matchups. We have a Honda in every corner, so there is a potential for a all Honda Final Four.
It would be wild. It would be nice.
So what I want to do is kind of go around each matchup. Obviously, I have seen the results because I had to pull them in here, but I'd like to get your take on these matchups before we reveal the winners. Maybe which one would you pick? And then which one do you think should win? Maybe that differs from what you would pick. And then as we get closer, we'll see which one you actually thought won. So,
okay.
So our first matchup in the top left corner, we have the number 1 seeded Honda Ruckus against the number 8 Honda Hornet. Well, we know a Honda's winning this one, but interesting matchup from moped to middleweight naked sport bike type thing. So
yeah. I don't know. Is it the 750 Hornet or the 1000 Hornet?
The 750. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that is the middleweight. What do I want to win? I want the Ruckus to win. What do I think won? Probably also the Ruckus. What did I vote for? I voted for the Ruckus.
Okay. So let's say you had these two options in front of you. Which one would you want to put in your garage?
Oh, probably the Ruckus. Yeah.
Okay. So your Ruckus all the way around.
It's a giggle machine. You can't tell me it's not.
You're right. I can't, because I have one in my garage, and it's awesome.
Is it not a giggle machine?
It is a giggle machine. What up, Iceman Moto? He says, hello, Smarties. He knows what's up. He earned some bonus points for our member giveaway thing, which we'll talk about that in a minute too.
Love to see it.
I'm kind of with you on that. I think the Ruckus has such just a big following over the years. The Hornet has come in real strong.
Yeah.
And I mean, everything that we see when it compares to its counterparts, the MT-07, the Z650, even the 8S from Suzuki, people lean Hornet, and it's making some waves.
People like the Hornet. It's a great bike.
But I think the Ruckus, that's probably what was my pick. But I wouldn't mind having a Hornet either. So.
Yeah, no, agreed. I mean, I don't think there's a bad choice here. I think it just depends on kind of what you want, what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big dude. I've ridden the 750 Hornet. It's a great bike. I've ridden the 1000 Hornet. Also a great bike. I don't really fit well on the 750. I'm just a big dude. Do I fit well on a Ruckus? No, but it's almost comically so at that point. Which I think gives it more points.
I think if we get $10 in super chats, we're going to make Patty ride the Ruckus that I have.
Listen,
and we will document all of that.
I'm down. See, I will go full gear on the Ruckus.
This is cheap ways to make a buck, I tell you what. Okay.
I'm not expensive.
Moving along, our next matchup, which is bottom left on my screen, this is what I think going into it would have been the most interesting matchup. We have the number 5 CF Moto Ibex 450 against the number 4 Honda Africa Twin. So another smaller middle adventure bike with the bigger, well-established adventure bike.
It's kind of the matchup I've been kind of wary of. I'm curious. What are your thoughts? I'm curious.
Okay, because these two are on kind of your short list, right?
They both are on my very short list for my next bike. Yeah.
So, okay, fair enough. You kind of want to read the room first before you.
A little bit.
Okay. You know what? If you don't want to make a pick yet on this one, that's fine. But when I looked at this, what I would pick for my garage, I'd go with the Africa Twin. The reason for that is obviously Honda's reputation is better than everybody else's. But as someone who is 6'2", 220 plus, I like the bigger bikes to just handle me and also have enough power to get me to where the adventure is. So I know the CF Moto is making waves, not only with this bike, but with others, but I felt like the tradition and history of that Africa Twin is what that's what got my vote.
It is also what got my vote. I did vote for the Africa Twin. I think if someone were to toss me the keys to both bikes and I could only catch one, I think I'm catching the Honda. I love the Ibex. I think it's a fantastic bike. It's super, super cool. I think it's really well suited for what I kind of want my next bike to be. But also the Africa Twin is also extremely well suited, and for me, I think a little more versatile. Because I think the Ibex 450 is I'm gonna take it to the trails and like to the off road and have a good time doing it, and I might do like some commuter stuff around town with it. I'm not gonna do a big weekend trip on that bike.
Yeah.
The Africa Twin, I can commute on, I can ride it to the trails, and I can do a big weekend trip on that bike.
Yeah.
But it is nearly double the money.
It is. It is. So it's
but for double the money, it's a lot of value.
Also, it is. Yeah. I mean, a lot of this, it just comes down to what you're going to use it for, but you are our real world case in one of these matchups. So it's interesting to see that, but
yeah,
very interesting. So I think looking at this going into it, I was like, this is going to be a close match. And so, okay, we got a couple of chats. I may need to check him. Small bore 2 wheels. He says, can we talk about the CF Moto 1000 SR after the Moto Madness segment? Yes, we're going to touch on some EICMA stuff and whatever they've been showing, prototypes, things like that. And so we'll see what that is. Iceman Moto says, so what is the CC on the Africa Twin?
It's an 1100.
Yes. 1100. I think it's technically a 1084 or 83, something like that. But
sure.
But
I'll
yeah,
it's
for it. But it's the 1100 engine that's in the Rebel 1100, the NT 1100. What else?
Sure.
Is that
it's in quite a few platforms. The Honda Talon uses that same engine.
Really?
So yeah, their big side by side uses that same engine.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I don't think I knew that. All right, moving on to our matchup on screen, which is in the upper right. We have very different bikes. The Kawasaki Versys 1100, so the next gen of my bike, against the number 11 Honda Grom. So these two bikes are sitting out though. Yeah, they're sitting out there. Which one do you choose for your garage?
Man, I've owned a Grom and I miss that Grom every day. Such a dumb little bike, in the best way. It's just like the Ruckus. It's just a giggle machine. Man, but the Cowies, it's a great bike. That's a really, really good bike.
It is.
I don't know. For me personally, the Cowie is such more of a sport tourer. And I genuinely don't do that much sport touring. I do a fair bit of touring, but I like the capability of like, oh, I'm cruising down, there's a gravel road over there, and I'm going to take off down that road because I can. And the Versys can do that. The Grom shouldn't. Yeah. I will do that.
Well, because if you have a whoopsie daisy on a Grom, you just go whoop.
Whoopsie daisy, and you know, it's 12 pounds or whatever those things weigh, and you pick it up and you keep going. If anyone has seen my Honda Grom video I did with Christian Dooley over on the C2 Dub channel, where we may or may not have absolutely sank them to their frame in mud at Barber, you know, every machine is one, an off-road machine, or two, a smoke machine if you operate it wrong enough.
That's funny.
Yeah, every machine is a smoke machine if you operate it wrong enough. And I don't know if you could operate a Grom wrong enough. I obviously have tried. I think for me it's the Grom, and I think the community is probably very Grom focused.
Yes.
It's one, we have a lot of small bore folks in our community for sure, but also on top of that, like, it's just a cult. I mean, let's call it what it is.
It is.
If you don't believe that you're in a cult, the Kool-Aid is just too good. But I love that Cowie, and I know that's probably where your heart is. But I think you're going to pick the Cowie. I'm picking the Honda. I think the Honda will win.
Right, and you're right. I'm going with the Versys because it's
near and dear to your heart. Yeah, well, no, I get
it. And here's the thing that people will be like, "Oh, you're picking that because you own it." I own that bike because it's good. You know, it's like,
yeah, we don't. The Super T is still the best bike ever built by anyone ever.
Yeah. So of course, blah 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 Yamaha.
Yamaha.
So yeah, the Versus was the one I would pick, but I believe the Grom was going to win this, and I think it should, just because, as you touched on, it's got such a following, it's got such a history. The Versus and those bigger sport tours like the Super T, they're kind of in their own.
Yeah, it's its own whole category. Yeah.
Is it niche or niche?
Niche,
or is it Nietzsche? That's a philosopher, right? I don't know. Okay, so
I just work here, dude.
And we don't even work. It's
I just hang out.
Okay, so we're kind of consensus. We think the Grom was going to come out of that one.
Yeah, I would like to see the Cowie win, but I think it's going to be the Grom.
Yeah, the last matchup.
I need to grab this call. I will be right back.
Oh, okay, we're going to stall.
Yeah, we're going to stall.
Okay. So we're just going to stare at Patty ridiculously while he is on this phone call. That's the dangers of working, and then when you don't get paid from this. It's so funny. I can see him like just talking. All right, in the comment, guys, I know there's just a few of you here. What do you think for this last matchup of the Honda Goldwing against the Ural? Ural with a sidecar, of course. It's like,
you back?
Hello? Are you back?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. I just asked chat what they thought about this next one. So it's the Goldwing against the Ural. So it's like, do you want your passenger beside you or behind you? So I would love to get your analysis on this. Which one are you picking? Which one should win? What do you think?
I love the Goldwing. I think it is arguably the greatest sport touring bike, cruiser kind of deal, built by anyone in a very, very long time. There's people walking behind you guys, behind the camera here, and
I was like, you're looking all smiling. Are they making faces at you?
No, it's just entertaining. But I love the Goldwing. I think it's a fantastic bike. I think it is. I think bar none, actually. I will put this on the record. It is the greatest touring bike built by anyone ever by a long shot. Ooh. There is not a more comfortable, most technology, plenty of power. You can whip it through the mountains. If you don't believe me, look up the Golden Chicken, which had the Tail of the Dragon record for many, many years, and it's an old man on a yellow Goldwing. Yeah, there's that Honda mug. What's up, baby? Honda koozie. But I think the Honda Goldwing is a fantastic bike, and I think 100% that the Ural won, and that's what got my vote. Because it's weird, it's kooky, and it's stupid, and it is dumb, and I love it.
The novelty vote has carried it this far, right?
Listen, dude, like,
man. Well, okay. So my thoughts is I would pick the Goldwing. I would love to test.
I would definitely ride a Goldwing. I would buy the Ural.
I would love to actually test drive a Goldwing at some point. I've heard how comfortable it is and stuff.
Hype is real. The hype is real.
I just need to. I think I've got a few more years before I'm eligible to buy one. I feel like
I'm pretty sure you have to be at least 85 to buy one. They won't let you buy one if you're younger than that.
Okay, so once I double up age, I'll be there.
Yeah.
I feel like the Goldwing should win this one.
I feel like it should, but I
feel
think
like
the Ural
should. Yes, but I don't know. So. I don't know. Anyway, so shall we start to reveal the madness?
Let's do it.
All right. This is going to be interesting. So, okay, back to the first one. We have the Ruckus against the 750 Hornet. We know a Honda's going to win this one.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
So, okay, what do you say? Is it an all Honda Final Four?
No.
No? Okay.
No. I think the Ural's going to win.
Okay.
I want the Ural to win.
So I'll just go ahead and put it out there. It is not an all Honda Final Four. But let's see where the upset happened.
Well, we know this one's going to be a Honda.
We know this one's going to be a Honda. Let's see. Drum roll, please. And the Ruckus holds serve as number one seed.
Fantastic.
Taking down the Hornet. I don't think it would win in a race. but by golly, it wins in the giggles.
Hey, you know what? If you push him out of a plane, maybe.
Terminal velocity. My man, coming in with science. Oh, we got some. Oh, Small Boar's making his predictions.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
So,
What's he thinking? What's he thinking?
Well, first he said that I'm too young, or no, Iceman Moto said too young for the midlife crisis ghost. So I guess I'm too. Well. Small Bore coming in with, he says Ibex, and then he says Ural, and then he threw in a scooter. Cool. Great. Well, he was right. The Ruckus, he's happy about that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, matchup number 2.
Matchup number 2, we have the CF Moto Ibex 450 against the Africa Twin. I will say, this had the closest vote.
I'm the more I think about it, I bet the Ibex actually won because it's got the hype behind it right now. But I the Africa Twin to have won.
This was the closest vote. I mean, this was like less than 5 votes. Like it was like a 54-46 type of split.
Wow.
And the winner is the Ibex 450.
Yeah,
edging
out
the
of hype
Africa
with
Twin.
that bike.
It is, and it's living up to it. And CF Moto is just they're doing good. You can't. Yeah. So good on them. So we've got one Honda, and we have CF Moto with the upset.
Heck yeah!
All the Hondas were the higher seeds in their matchup, by the way. So
okay.
Moving over to the right side, versus 1100 against the Grom. We both thought Grom has the history and the culture and just the recognition. Anything else you want to say on it?
It needs to be the Grom. If it's not the Grom, I'm going to be a little salty, to be honest. I love the Cowie, I do, but I think it's the Grom.
Well, you're right. The Grom. The Grom moves along. So we've got at least 2 Hondas moving to the Final Four. Now comes the matchup of the big boys, the Goldwing versus the Ural. And so you said Ural all the way.
I want Ural all the way. That's what I would like to see. I think the Goldwing has a great history. I think it's a fantastic motorcycle. We may or may not have one on loan at the moment. I can neither confirm nor deny that. But I want the Ural to win real bad.
I was going to say then, whatever bike wins all of this, we need to somehow force Chase to do something with it. Or we do it. I don't know. Maybe we can. Anyway, the winner of the 2-up or 2-side is the Ural.
Yeah,
it is riding that novelty vote all the way through. So,
yeah,
I mean, that is absolutely crazy. So here is our Final Four. We've got the Honda Ruckus, and it will be taking on the CF Moto Ibex 450. And then we have the Honda Grom taking on the Ural.
Which I feel like the Grom and the Ural are kind of novelty votes, so that's going to be a really interesting fight.
It is.
I'm curious to see how that goes. I think it's probably going to be Grom. Hold on, sorry, work. That is correct.
That is correct.
Yeah, I think the Ruckus is going to be really hard to dethrone, but the Ibex has the hype. I love the Ural. It might win on novelty again, but I kind of want the Grom to win between the two personally.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see. I mean, an all Honda title fight would be wild, which is kind of I think what we predicted from the beginning. The Ruckus Grom title fight would be crazy.
Yeah, and it may be that.
It may very well.
You know what?
This could be the end of the Cinderella Honda run, though. It could be CF Moto Ural.
We may need to. I see Small Bore in the chat. We may need to get him on for a deep analysis into the 2 small bore contenders if we get to that route. Here's the thing to note about all the winners. All of them were the smaller engine bike in their matchup. Exactly. I mean, is that kind of makes sense because for the past several months and, probably even into last year, we've kind of been talking about how the pendulum is kind of swinging to smaller CC bikes. Like the bigger is better type thing is maybe fizzled out. Or
I think it's a cyclical thing. And I know we've spoken about it before, like you said, of just bigger is better. No, I prefer smaller, bigger is better. And it is cyclical. So I'm curious to see how long, because I feel like the swing. I don't think it's the swing has started. I think we are full swing towards smaller displacement is the king right now. So I'm curious as to. I think we're coming to the end of that pendulum, if anything. With CF Moto with their 450, I know that Cowie's got their 500, but when you jump from a 5 to like a 600, then we're playing the displacement game again. We're playing the bigger bike game again, and I think this is happening again. I know that it happened in the 90s, it happened in the late 2000s, it's here happening in the 2020s. So I think the next time we see such a large resurgence of small CC, small displacement bikes, will probably be late 2030s. But I think it's going to be a big pendulum swing the other way for a while.
Yeah, it's kind of like the iPhone or other cell phones. They make them bigger and being like, ooh, it's bigger and better. Ooh, now it's more smaller and compact. And now it's whatever.
And now it's thick.
But hey, what's old is new. What's old is new. So
yep,
there we go. There we go. So when we get to early December, we'll reveal the results and get it down to 2.
Yes, and at this point, my friend, I will give you one last view of this beautiful North Georgia fall day. I have to run.
He has to run. Well, Pat, thanks for taking the time with the Moto Madness here.
Yeah, I'm very honest. I 100% got distracted fixing the family vehicle, and so I'm stuck here. Sorry.
All right. Well, we're just gonna have to make it up later on then. So.
Yeah, that's it. We'll do a super long episode. I mean, hey, do you want to do an episode next week? Do we want to double up? We could do the EICMA, because EICMA's kind of still in full swing. We could do EICMA. We could do a short episode this week and do an EICMA episode next week.
Okay. Maybe I'll do a quick
chat, because I can't see chat.
Yeah, I can't see chat. Yeah, I'll do a quick rundown of stuff, but yeah, maybe we can do that and just kind of catch up later on.
I'd love that. That'd be great.
Because life gets in the way. Pat, appreciate you. Take care of business. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, see you guys later. Bye, chat. Love you guys. Bye.
So you just got me now. So you're welcome and sorry. Yeah, Pat was just tied up. You know, this is our hobby. It's not our day job, so we do have to take care of stuff. Yeah. So next time, maybe we'll maybe next week or the week after, we'll try to split it out. And Smallbore says he could do next week. So Smallbore, could you do this time slot? Actually, message me on whatever, and let's figure that out. Because it may be cool to talk small bores, because like we've seen, the trend is to these smaller bikes. Check them out. Get some analysis from our expert in-house who's a member here. So, yeah, we're definitely going to need to follow up with all that. But you know what? I can't leave you guys hanging here. So, Iceman Moto, Small Bore, whoever else is hanging around here, a few viewers, appreciate y'all being here. I'm still going to do a member giveaway for y'all. Or not a member giveaway, maybe just a giveaway, but bonus points if you are a member. So, you don't get out till 5 p.m. Central. Okay. So you're at work right now. We're going to have to figure that one out. Let's see what we can do. Because we would need to try to make it work for everybody. All right. So for y'all that are here, let me go ahead and say, make sure you're watching live at this moment, because this is going to be a response is needed in the chat to determine the winner. So this is open to anybody in the chat, which you have to be a subscriber to be able to chat. So we're going to do a little trivia question. And so again, it's open to anyone in the chat, and just because we're going to reward, I won't say anything, Small Bore, that you're at work. We want to reward those of you who take the time to come watch us live. That's what we're trying to do, trying to rekindle this thing up. So we're going to reward those that are live. So I am watching the chat. We're going to have a trivia question. The first correct answer that I see come through the chat is going to be the winner. So that's why I'm saying make sure you're watching live and you're not catching up right now. So I'm going to give you a few seconds while I explain this out. If you're just a subscriber chat member, let me try all that again. If you're just a subscriber in the chat and you answer and you get it correct, you're going to get a $30 Revzilla gift card. Awesome. If you are a member, which I see Small Boar's a member, I see Iceman Moto's a member, I see y'all hanging out there, it may be between y'all. Y'all are members. Because you're a member, you're going to get $60 if you get this right. So this pays off to be engaged with us live. And so we're going to have a trivia question. And this one's going to be super easy. And maybe it'll be a little harder next time. So here's the rules on it. Again, first correct response I see in the chat. And I need the full answer. So don't abbreviate. No crazy shortcut talk, whatever. So, well, just to give you a little tip, it's going to be a make and model of a bike. So I need the full make and model. Don't worry about the year. Here's the trivia question. We need to get a sponsor. Can we get like an Aflac trivia question? Do you think they would do that? Okay. Here's the question. And you all should get this. So it's who types the fastest. What motorcycle, make and model, have both Patty, Rick, and I independently done press events on? Go. So I'm going to see which one comes through in the chat first. So if you're familiar with the community that we're in, how we're associated, you should know this. The next trivia question will be a little bit harder. You may have to dig a little bit deeper. So I'm just going to take a sip of water as I wait for everyone to catch up on the streaming and see who answers. Remember, you have to subscribe to chat. That's how we trick y'all. Help encourage you all to subscribe to us so that you know when we're live. I need some Jeopardy music here. It's really hard to do these shows by yourself, I will say. You don't have somebody to ping pong off of. And for an introvert like me, boy, this is a challenge. Yeah, so maybe we need to go again next week. Not seeing anything coming through just yet. Again, that question, what motorcycle, make and model have both Patty, Rick, and I independently done press events on? And, of course, small bore 2 wheels coming in hot. He's got it. The Royal Enfield Gorilla 450. So Pat last year did the international launch, and then I was able to go up to Milwaukee and do the U.S. launch. Nah, sorry, Iceman Moto. Small bore got you. It was the Gorilla 450. So, small bore, I'll get you hooked up, man. Good job. Well, what do you guys want to chat about? Maybe we need to go. Hey, did y'all hear about or see Cardo's new helmet? Maybe we'll talk about that and save the EICMA stuff for next time. Yeah, Cardo announced their Beyond helmet that's fully integrated with basically a Pack Talk Pro unit. And sorry, Luke. Man, I get distracted by the... So, yeah, anyway, the Cardo Beyond, they have like the GT and the GTS helmet. They're showing that off in Italy now with EICMA, but I did want to take some time to talk about that. It's pretty interesting because they were teasing it for a little bit, and it's got an integrated Pack Talk Pro, so it's got the crash detection. It has the auto on and off. It has the active brake light, so it's like the brake-free thing on the back, but it doesn't look like a, I don't know, cable modem on the back of your helmet. Pin lock shield, internal drop-down sun visor, and it's ECE 2206 rated. So on the spec sheet, and it also has active noise cancellation. I'd be interested to see how that works. I've seen some clips come out of EICMA where they have like a wind tunnels or like a thing blowing 120 mile per hour wind on the helmet, and then you can turn on the active noise cancellation. They claim you could wear this without wearing earplugs, but I don't think I'm going to quite do that. But if it can come close to eliminating the need for earplugs, that's pretty amazing, because helmets are just always so noisy. I think the big question on a lot of people's mind with that helmet is, yes, it does have an ECE rating of 2206, which is, the current modern standard, which is great. But I still think there's going to be some people wondering, well, how is it really going to be when a communications company, a technology company, is making a helmet? Unless they've partnered with some helmet company behind the scenes that, is Bell making the helmets, or Shoei or something, which would be kind of crazy, but at the same time, maybe that's what they're doing there. So, Iceman, it's a regular full face helmet. And actually, let me see if I can just pull up some of this stuff. Pull it up here on the screen. Maybe try to do a... Y'all making me work here. Sorry, give me just a second. There we go. Let's share that. All right, so this is their helmet. Just a standard full face helmet, but they've got, again, all the stuff is integrated. So the thing I do like about the integrated helmet technology is you don't have anything hanging off the side. So many of you may know that I have a partnership currently with 509, and they did the Mach 5 Commander helmet, which had an integrated Cardo unit, which was almost up to a Pack Talk Edge quality. But it was pretty cool because it was a very streamlined look, and so it did pretty well. So let's just scroll through here. So that you can see this. Here's the angle on the back of the where you can see the brake lights that they have on it. All right, here's what it is. Carbon fiber composite shell. Ooh, so carbon fiber, 5-section multi-density EPS, ECE R2206 and DOT, active brake light. So, I mean, that tells me that it's going to detect your momentum and light up when you slow down using the accelerometer. Also, that's the same technology that they use so that it can use the auto on and off feature and for the crash detection, which is mentioned here. Emergency release cheek pads, pretty standard, double D-ring. They have a helmet health monitoring system. I'm interested to learn more about that. So I think that's basically a way that, because you're going to pair it to your phone or whatever through the app, it can maybe tell you if the helmet has been compromised. And Iceman Moto just asked, so to charge the battery, do you have to hook up the whole helmet, or can you take the battery out? I believe there's this module on the back that you can take out and charge the battery separately. Maybe even get a secondary battery. So if you're out for a long day just chatting with people and you need to pop in a second battery, you can do that. I think it also has kind of maybe an internal, for lack of a better term, computer component that you can pull out and maybe take that in and hook it up to your computer for a firmware update. So I think it's kind of designed to be a little modular in that you can take things out, you can upgrade the specific components of it. So, I mean, again, spec sheet wise, it looks like it's really doing what it needs to do. So there's the brake light, crash detection. So the health monitoring system, it says you never have to second guess when your helmet time is up. Internal sensors monitor your helmet integrity in real time. So I guess that's like if your helmet, you set it on your bike and it falls off, happens to the best of us, and you're like, oh crap. Now you can know, does it detect it accurately, but does it detect that there's some fracture or the integrity of the liner is fractured or something like that. Kind of cool, but hopefully it's not like a false positive and then you have to go buy a new one of these, because I mean, with everything in this, it's not going to be cheap. All right, so of course it has ventilation, top vent on the front, passive vents in the back, 210-degree field of view, so you should be able to see everything. Sun visor, pin lock, 6 sizes, 4 shells from extra small up to double XL. The Cardo helmet is too smart for your head. It could be. It could be. So looking at some of these other stats, glove-friendly buttons. Let's hope so. Let me make that a little bit bigger for y'all. Y'all don't see the chat. So yeah, basically they're saying, hey, the buttons feel good. Okay, cool. Intermediate oval head shape. That's what we've evolved to, I guess. Multi-layer padding. Hopefully it's comfortable. Yes, you can wash it. Now the sound, I think I heard they have 53 millimeter speakers. So what comes with right now, the Pack Talk Edge, I think is 40 millimeters. The Pack Talk Pro has 45. This one is coming with 53. They are not JBL, but they're in-house developed by Cardo. So they're probably the same thing. And of course, this helmet is actually built for the speakers. So it's not, you don't have to try to figure that out. Active noise cancellation. Interesting. Pack Talk Pro 2nd generation, voice commands, open Bluetooth, FM radios. So, of course, music, you get directions, phone calls, all that stuff. The mesh boost, which they've kind of been talking about a little bit, where you can connect up to 31 riders. Are you kidding me? That would be total chaos. But, I mean, you at least want to have at least enough room for everybody, right? I guess. So that's pretty cool. A public mesh. So this was interesting. Friend of the channel, Donkey Dong Doug, once said that Cardo should have a promiscuous mode where it's just open to connect to anybody. This is what they've actually done. So I guess if you go to some group ride, some bike meetup, you can have your Cardo on public mesh mode or open mode, whatever it is, and you can just connect to people. You can be driving down the road and be like, oh, hey, oh, yeah, you got a Cardo. Yeah. How weird is that going to be? You're going to be able to build community on the fly. I would love to try that out. I would love to get one of these things. Cardo, if you're listening, I want to get one of these with somebody else, and we like ride around Atlanta and just see if we can like start picking up other people. I guess we have to wait till it kind of gets out there and takes off. But this mesh boost, I think, is going to be firmware updates to existing Pack Talk Pros and Edges coming soon too. But it's rolling out with this helmet. So here you go, Iceman, talking about detachable replaceable battery. So that's pretty cool that you can just pop that out to take it inside. You don't have to take plug in the whole helmet. Upgradable tech. So like right here, this is where you can slide out some of the internal components and, maybe order a new module so that if your helmet still has some life, the physical helmet has some life in it, but you need an upgrade tech or something weird happens. I think it's good to have that growth ability or that modular replacement type of ability, because this is going to be probably a 4-figure helmet. I'm thinking this is probably going to be like a $1,200 to $1,300 helmet when you think it's carbon, it's got a brake light, it's got a Pack Talk Pro in it, noise cancellation. which if you go buy a decent showy helmet and you add a brake free and a Cardo on it, you're probably at the same price anyway. But still, you don't want to have one whoopsie daisy and have to go spend another $1,200 or whatever it's going to be. Interesting. Serviceable components, cool. If a component fails, Cardo service and repair. Hopefully they will be ready for any of that and can handle it, and it's not where it drops off. But customized button on and off. Yeah. Now this is interesting. Front LED user interface status indicator. Those would need to be very, very subtle lights, because if they're too bright, they're going to be distracting. So that's interesting. A 5-year warranty. Okay. And they have 2 flavors of the Beyond GTS and then the Beyond GT. Let's pull up the spec sheet on this. Is this both of them or just the one? Okay, I'm just scanning through here. Let me just do some quick scans to see if I can see what the big differences are. I'm not seeing it right away. Oh, does this not have the brake light on it? Maybe that's it. I don't know. If someone wants to take the time, I don't want to read right now. So interesting. Let me go back to the chat here, see what's happened. It is interesting. I only handle one extra person in my ears. Too much giggles during the rides. Y'all, we go to, when we have SmortCon, we're all paired up via, Cardo units and everything with that. And there's sometimes where there's a lot of chatter and you're like, who said that? Oh my gosh. And we're trying to go through some, fun technical rides. But fortunately, when we get to that point, usually all of us just kind of shut up and enjoy the ride. And then we just chime in to coordinate gas stops and stuff. So, the cool thing about the Cardos though, too, is that you can do one-on-one conversations when you need to. We had our first SmortCon, and I remember Bo was with us too, and he did a private chat with me because he had to tell me something. So we had our big group, and then he went into the app and just had the one-on-one connection with me. We exchanged some information, and then it was back to the group. So that was pretty cool. So I think on paper, this helmet kicks ass. It's a simple black carbon helmet, so it's. So in that way, it's kind of low key. It's not going to be too outlandish. It's not going to be, something that's awful to look at. I think it looks good. The branding is very simple with, Cardo, boop. And if it can live up to the serviceable components, battery charging, and as long as the, health monitoring of it doesn't falsely say, oh, you got to replace your helmet, too soon, stuff like that. It's pretty cool. I like the streamlined look without having a unit hanging on the side. Love my Cardo, because obviously Cardo supports us. We support Cardo. It's a good partnership. But I do like that streamlined look as well. So hopefully it's something that, that we can do, get one of these tested out. Iceman said he's got Cena, and my friend has the Midland. Got paired up with Bluetooth. Yeah. Yeah, of course the Bluetooth pairing is all good. I think most of the companies, like Cardo, Midland, maybe some other one. I don't know if Cena's in it yet, but they were all working to have a general intercom thing to make it easier to pair up. I think Cena might have been the holdout, but I know at least Cardo, just because I get some of the information from Cardo directly that the regular person doesn't get. I know that they did a lot of work to make the pairing with Cena and other brands a lot easier. So they did updates to where they definitely built their side of the bridge and then some. But Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, all the brands now are pretty decent. It's like with motorcycle brands, it's hard to say like this is the best brand because they may be this year and then next year somebody else does something. It's kind of like with the action cameras for all us moto vloggers. It's like, whoa, DJI's got the best camera now. Well, no, it's Insta360, and I know GoPro's kind of gotten its butt kicked, but who knows? It may come back with something great. Yeah, I think it's really interesting when it comes to smart helmets like this. I mean, I would kind of consider this on the edge of a smart helmet, but maybe with smart helmets, we think of more of like a heads-up display and, go all Halo Master Chief and everything, that it's giving you turn-by-turn directions and highlighting your route in front of you. I mean, we may be many, many, many years away from that. I think that's going to be really, really hard to do. So I think with an integration of a comms unit and depending upon how those little LED indicators work inside, those status indicators, if they do that right, this could be a really great thing without being too intrusive, and it can more quickly give you information that you need. I don't know. I would love to be able to get my hands on one of these. I probably won't anytime soon because even though I am a Cardo guy, I'm small time compared to somebody like Chase or whatever, but I guess if y'all use my code a little bit more, it might help me bump up the priority list. But I'm sure they only have a few of these that they're going to give out to content creators because of just production capacity, things like that. So anyway, it's a very interesting helmet. Would love to see how it comes out, see what the price is. Again, I think it's going to be a pretty penny, but when you consider it's got Pack Talk Pro, it's carbon fiber, it's got the active brake light, noise cancellation. If that works even half as good as it's claiming to, that's going to be helpful. I wonder if this environmental awareness, because the way active noise cancellation is, it has basically microphones to hear what sound is coming in, and then it generates a sound wave that's opposite to that. I wonder if it can still like hear car horns or emergency sirens and allow that to come through or amplify it so that you're aware of that. That would be pretty cool. But I imagine all those algorithms and stuff will be updated over time. And yeah, small bore. I think it's going to be north of 1,000. I'm thinking more probably the 12 to 1,300 range, at least out of the gate until, because when it's brand new, you've got that R&D money that kind of has to be, made back of sorts. So I don't know. I think it's going to be, this is a premium product. So it's not going to be for everybody, and it may be priced high. And if that's not what you want, you just want to buy a unit for the side of your helmet, cool, do that. But it's very interesting to see this. It's good that it has a quality rating out of the gate too. But I think the biggest concern will be not for the tech, but for just the quality of the helmet itself. So did Cardo make it? Did they outsource that to a reputable helmet maker that we don't know about? Or is it just, I think that's going to be the question behind it. So we will see. I think as EICMA finishes up, we're going to get some more information out about this, about the availability and things like that. Iceman Moto. Seen my SmortCon license plate I've made? It's on Discord. I have not seen that. Go tag me in it so I can go find it. I would love to see that. Did you 3D print it? That would be pretty cool. SmortCon or bust. That would be a cool thing, cool gift. Have motorcycle license plate frames as gifts. Anyway, very excited about this helmet. I think I saw something where Shoei might have had something at EICMA about a heads-up display or something. in their helmet. I don't know for sure. But I think, with basically because Pat had to bail and, do a regular day job that he gets paid for, of course. It's we may need to punt and talk about all the EICMA stuff once we learn more about it next week, learn what's come out, everything like that. So, yeah, well, sorry we didn't get to EICMA today, but, I think it's a better conversation when we have more. Maybe next week we can roll Pat into that. Small bore, let's figure out if we can get you in at a good time, what works for you. Let me know. And, yeah, we'll go from there. So, yeah, we're going to punt EICMA stuff to next week. And that way we'll have kind of more of a complete view of what's come out of that. The bikes maybe that are comparable to each other. Maybe Small Bore will get a little bit more information on that beast that came out from CF Moto, their 1000, SR, RR, RRR. I did see they had basically an Ibex 1000, or as they call the 1000 MT internationally. So it's a parallel twin, 900 and something cc. So it's basically like the 800, just beefed up a little bit. Free on Fridays. Interesting. Next Friday, no good for me. We'll think about it. We might have to do something a little bit random. We may have to go to a different day or just a different time. How late do you stay up? What if we went like a midnight show? Is that not? Probably not. You get up early and run and stuff, you healthy goon. All right. Well, I'm not going to leave you guys without doing the tip of the week. So let's do that right quick.
It's my favorite time of the week. Finally time for the ghost tip of the week. Yay! That was great! Ghost tip of the week. This is sponsored by Ghost on Two Wheels over on Instagram, of course. Speaking of tips.
All right, tip of the week. Don't worry if I talk about dried grapes. It's just raising awareness. And I think on that note, I should go ahead and bow out. We'll save some strength for next week. We'll collect some information. Drop a comment or on the video if there's anything from EICMA that you've heard or seen you definitely want us to take a look at. We'll try to pull a list together of some things we want to chat about, but we also may research some of it on the fly because there's also just little nuggets that come out and we're going to miss some of it. But we'll try to curate a list of the big things to check out. So, Iceman, Small Bore specifically, thank you guys for hanging with us on a little bit different episode. We did get to see the final four of Moto Madness. We're going to take that down to 2. And then, we'll just have to publicly shame Patty Rick a little bit more for, taking off to go help his dad and answer work calls. How dare he? So I will look for the DM. Iceman, appreciate it. Guys, thanks again. Y'all take care. Ride safe. And hopefully we'll see y'all next week if it works out. All right. Thank you guys. Later.